Everyone, my name is Simpsy. How you all doing? Welcome back to some more CK3 LOTR Realms here today on the channel. We've just wrapped up the Gondor Aragorn series, and now it's quite fitting to move on now to the Riddermark. We're going to be playing as the Rohirrim. We're going to be playing as Theoden King, 51 years of age. Alrighty, welcome to the Riddermark. We want to restore our lands, expand and conquer. Maybe take Dunland. Definitely want to overthrow Saruman and support Gondor and the stewards, and then eventually Aragorn too. Alright, so let's go into the chivalry focus, and we're going to have to secure our line, which will be easier said than done. Let's bring these acolytes in. We need to swell the ranks with as many men of the West as we can, as the evil enemy, Isengard of Mordor, outnumber us massively. Okay, I can negotiate some alliances. Only 5,000 troops here, yeah. Definitely going to need to call more Rohirrim in. Let's station these, more trebuchets for sieging. Theodred is still alive for now. Okay, so let's have a look here. Let's reappoint our council. Master Kuth is better. Gambling is our steward. Let's fire you. Theoden's going to fire some of his council members and reappoint them. But here is the Great Hall. So cool. It reminds me of the Whiterun Hall so massively. I suppose Skyrim and Rohan is sort of a mixture. Well, Whiterun is a mixture of Saxon culture. So Theodred is currently next in line. Yeah, why wouldn't it go to Harbrand? Why is Eomer like a heir after him? Alright, so we've got the Horn of the Mark and our ancestral sword. Let's make sure we equip those. Yeah, so it goes Theodred, Theowyn, Eomer. Oh, so it actually got interesting. I don't understand the succession exactly. He's widowed. Theoden won't remarry because, you know, Middle-earth is just a sexless society for some reason. Alright. The Kings in Gold. Forth and fear no darkness. King Thengel. King Thengel. Princess Theowen, yeah. Not entirely sure why. I think it's just because of, he was fond of his younger sister rather than his others. So we've got the status on the northern border we have to watch out for. We'll have to watch out for the dwarves and elves too. Probably going to invite them in. Let us remind our kin to who they owe fealty to. Let's look to increase our crown authority. Let's do that. Yes. Okay, yeah. I forget that Theoden is related to the Gondorians through his mother's line, and he's like cousins to Boromir too. Okay, so this is how the world is. Let's zoom on in. So they're paying tribute to the Wood Elves there of Lothlorien. Really, he should be swearing fealty to us. I'm just looking at some various states to go to war with. I think this one. Alright, so just going to have a quick war here in the north. Trying to bring these rebellious Rohirrim under our control. We need to expand our territory. So there's a chance we'll be at war with Lothlorien there, which is not what we want. We want to try and get as much money through tribute as possible, so we can invest it directly into our men-at-arms before the war with Saruman begins. So nothing too overly complicated, just these small quick wars here against some neighbors. I'm going to go to war here with these petty Rohirrim and just hope that Lothlorien doesn't join them. Ah, the elves did. That's annoying. The Red Arrow. Gondor requests aid from the Riddermark. Right, raise a large host. I might be able to help. I just don't know how Gondor's going to perform, if the AI is actually going to fight with them adequately. We're focusing on the north here first. to bring these guys under our control. They should really be paying tribute to us, not Galadriel. So let's go down here. Smashed. Good win. Alright, let's force capitulation. I would like to bring hostages in, because then we can use them to our own advantage, and then we've got to deal with the armies of Mordor, I suppose. Advice from Grima. Yes, Grima Wormtongue. It's a strong hook on me, I guess. Okay, so he's going to be worming his way in, quite fittingly. Okay, so they're losing. We tried to go through the northern marshes. Oh, and the Dunlings have attacked us, so we're going to have to leave anyway. I was basically looking to see if I could get a, no, they pieced out anyway. Contested title. I want to try and join Gondor where I can, but maybe because we can take hostages and then sell them. Alright, I've got to deal with the Dunlings here now, as we left. Oh, we just smashed them well. Okay. Let's try and bring them eventually under our control. Got allies there to help us out too. Oh, war has been declared. Saruman the White of Orthanc. Dun, 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 dun. I would like to call the Rohirrim to help it. It's usually calling the Rohirrim, the Gondorians, to help us. Hopefully they will, because I'm worried if I deny them, they won't come. Alright, let's muster the Rohirrim. Gondor is coming to aid. We need them in this time of need. We can't rely on the Ents. Nice. Let's throw them back. And we'll push and take Isengard. Sieging Orthanc now. We can sue for peace against Saruman, and we will. Okay, so maybe we do go after Lothlorien here. Again, we're at war with them. They are just perpetually submitting to the elves, which is annoying. I need the money. Okay. Let's bring you more border forces under my tribute. The return of the king. Aragorn has returned. Oh no. I thought he might have been surviving in this alternative timeline, but it's taken till he was 70. Theoden dies to orcs. Alright, we're going to invite the dwarves to the nearby mountains. And funnily enough, because we border them, we can eventually attack them and bring them under our tribute if we want. We're going to bring Durin's folk down. I feel like they'd be the best. Grima Wormtongue is in my court. He really should be my spy master. I think that would be very sensible and realistic. The return of Théoden. Yes, I'm 72 now, very sick and wickedly twisted. Gandalf the White has returned. And then we can deal with traitor Grima Wormtongue. The fate of Grima. What would I do? Should I make Theoden more wrathful? Should I let him go, or should we have him executed for his crimes? I would like to change things up. We don't want to go too canonically, yeah. So Theoden in a rage executes Grima Wormtongue. So what will he do to Saruman? Will he throw him from the top of the tower? That would be quite fitting. Alright, we need a new spy master. Alright, back at war now. With Saruman. Hopefully I can bring down this Tower of Orthanc. The Gondorians are helping us, so Mordor's joined in. Oh, okay. Still so close. Aragorn is helping, but thousands of Mordor orcs are over here. Mumakil are now back. Maybe I have to push over there and throw them back. Nice! Oh my god, the Witch King's there. March of the Ents has now happened too. And victory! We've had victory. So, let the crows have his corpse. He will live in shame in his tower. It was always so weird that he just like locked himself away. No. The crows will eat Saruman. Alright, so Theoden, Longsword, the Vengeful. His heir is Eomer. I still don't know why his other nephews aren't ahead in line. Can someone please explain that to me? Is it just because of like his choice? It wasn't because of male preference primogenitor. But Eomer, I'm going to give. Oh, I'm not going to give him the Kingdom of Gondor. I can't give him that because it's going to make him. It will make him king, but he'll still be under my rank. I think what we'll do is we'll have the High King, the King of Edoras. His heir will have the Tower of Orthanc, I think. Théoden is very old now, though. But Isengard has been defeated, and I guess we'll support Aragorn where we can. To be fair, even though the reunited kingdom now, Gondor under the stewards was actually supported us, so Theoden probably has a good relationship with Stuart Denethor. I do kind of quite funny. I've heard people unironically call him that. Okay, so our council's still pretty good here now. I think we go after the Dunlings, and should we expand into the wilds? Take some of that Arnor territory? There's even the dead marshes there too. I can gaze into the Palantir that we took from the Tower of Orthanc. I will look to expand where we can. But I do want to try and continue to make the Riddermark great again. Gazing in the Palantir. We've seen the withered tree. Gondor is still under threat. Can't really see much else though. Quite often we do seem to get pretty good martial traits, or traits in general. 77, so we're not going to get Theoden to remarry, even though he could have bastards. So we could, yeah, look at this, right? So we can go against the dwarfs here, because we gave them the territory north of Helm's Deep in the Glistening Caves. So we could basically bring them under tribute, even though they're so far away. That's why we brought in Durin's folk. Got elves and stuff too. I kind of want to go after the evil factions first, I guess. Alright, let's go into Dunland, and I think I'll try and take it and bring the kingship under our control, because I can go straight for the kingdom title. Yeah, I can. Because although Saruman is defeated, the wild Dunlings are there. So maybe I give it to my nephew that rules Helm's Deep. Or something, I don't know. We'll figure it out. This territory to our west should be under the Riddermark's control. Right, let's push on over. Here come the Dunlings. This is probably one of the bigger wars. They're pushing south. Just going to try and take these castles. Oh, hang on. We can go down and intercept them. 10,000 strong now. That's taken a little bit of time to get our army properly fighting effectively. Might not need to go all the way to their capital too. Can't imagine that their fortifications are very strong. Made out of sticks and mud by the look of it. Although they've been capitulated, I'm just tempted to try and grab as many political hostages as we can. I don't mind it escalating, because the thing is, we're actually capturing heaps of these lords that we can ransom. It is snowing very deeply here in Middle-earth. We're going to try and take Wolfborg. Nice. And they've just been... I didn't click anything. They've just been forced to capitulate. Nice. And we have all of this Dunling territory now. So I suppose... Who should it be given to? So can I force... Oh, I actually can demand conversion. I would actually revoke all these Dunlings. Revoke their titles and put in proper Rohirrim. But if they're going to submit to Rohan culture and eventually convert, I don't mind. And I think I'll give it to one of my nephews. This kingdom. Alright, guys. Well, unfortunately on that note, I've got to wrap things up here. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed me playing as Theoden. I can't imagine he's going to last much longer, so we'll keep going, and then we might do a short reign with Eomer and see how he rules the Riddermark. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you're enjoying CK3 LOTR on the channel. We moved away from doing the vanilla for a little bit, but we can always go back to it. Still heaps of fantastic CK3 mods. I do have another channel purely dedicated to a GOT, if you want to go check that out. Yeah, make sure to take care of yourselves. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Hope you've been entertained here today. And thank you for all the support. My name's been Simpsy. Much love from Australia. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much.